Today's stories include a state of play has been announced. We might have a price for the 30th anniversary PS5 and more details on Annapurna Interactive's Turmoil. We'll have all this and more because this is Kinda Funny Games Daily. Yo, what's up? Welcome to Kinda Funny Games Daily for Monday, September 23rd, 2024. I'm one of your hosts, Blessing Adeoye Jr. Joining me is the master of hype, Snowbike Mike.
Blessing, what's good? Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
You know, it's my favorite day of the week. Get to be back in the studio. There's no worse feeling than Friday at 5 p.m. for me.
You're insane.
I hate it.
Do you say this to speak it into existence, or do you really believe
No,
it?
I really hate Fridays at 5 p.m.
And you love Mondays.
Yeah, I love being back here with you and the gang. You know, you saw me setting up the VR setup earlier, so I was having fun with that, being a jabroni. But man, I hate Fridays at 5 p.m. We had so much fun on Friday last week, right? Great games daily, great GAMESCAST. We got to play Pico Park as a squad. A couple of us left early around the 2 to 4 window because it was the end of the week. We were all ready to go.
Oh, yeah.
But it was like, I held out in the studio with Roger till like 5 o'clock on the dot, and I looked at him and was like, let's not leave here. And he goes, no, Mike, I'm leaving here. And then that was the end of my week.
Do you get the Thursday scaries? Like, you know what the Sunday scaries are, right?
Yes,
Where it's like, Monday's tomorrow. You start to feel like, I got to get back to. Do you get to Thursday and you're like, man, Friday's tomorrow? Like,
you know, I don't get that because Friday's always so exciting with Game Showdown, which I get to watch and enjoy all the time. So I don't feel that. It's like the Friday. It's like the 2 o'clock scaries where the stream ends and I'm looking around going, can we get 5 more hours with each other? And then
you're a psychopath.
I have to leave.
When I hit Friday, I'm like, thank God. You know what I mean? I don't have to sit next to Greg Miller anymore on my left. I don't have to like fucking look across the office, see fucking, Nick Scarpino sitting there. I just gotta make up people to get mad at.
Yeah.
I got no problem with Nick.
So no, I'm happy to be back. It's Monday. I'm really excited. Like you said, we got a state of play announced, so that's really awesome. There's some great games out there for everyone to go play. So it's gonna be a fun week.
It's going to be a fun week. It's also going to be a fun KFGD because we're going to talk about that state of play. Because remember, this is Kinda Funny Games Daily. Each and every weekday, we run you through the nerdy news needs to know about live on YouTube, Twitch, and on podcast services around the globe. If you love what we do, support us with a Kinda Funny membership on Patreon or YouTube to get all of our shows ad-free, watch us record them live, and get a daily exclusive show. And for a chance to be a part of the show, submit your thoughts and opinions as YouTube Super Chats as we go. Housekeeping for you. Remember, we're an 11-person business all about live talk shows. So today, after KFGD, you're going to get the GAMESCAST, which is going to be our PlayStation State of Play predictions.
Got it.
Right? We're sitting around this table. We're predicting what's going to happen tomorrow. It's going to be a good time. And then after that, we got the stream, which is going to be Hitman 3 VR Reloaded, which is very exciting. How hype are you for that?
I'm really hyped for that. I love Hitman, just like you do. I know you love Hitman.
I saw that on the calendar, and I got sad that I wasn't part of that stream, honestly.
Yeah. Well, if you'd like to come in, feel free. Nick, here's the deal. I'm going to try to make Nick vomit today as my joke, you know what I mean? Because Nick and Andy really love VR, but they can't do VR that long before getting queasy. And so it will become a test of, like, how long can Nick go before he gives up? So if you want to come and get a run, feel free.
I know the streets think that I absolutely hate and despise VR. That's just PSVR too. I like VR overall.
Okay.
But no, I like when PSVR first came out.
Yeah.
I was obsessed. Right, I was playing fucking Tetris Effect. I was playing fucking Trover Saves the Universe. I was playing fucking Blood and Truth. I was all up in these games.
Yeah.
And also, you know how much I love Hitman.
I know you do.
The thing is, Hitman 3 VR came out on PSVR 2, I think at launch, and I don't think it was good as far as I recall, which is why they made this version.
Yes, and just so you know, this version getting torn apart in reviews.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on the MetaQuest store, people are not pleased with this at all. They say this is very bad. So we will jump into it. We'll make fun. We'll have fun, and we'll see what's going on.
Yeah,
we'll make the fun.
Thank you to our Patreon producers, but I'll tell you about that in a second. First, I want to say if you're a Kinda Funny member, you can get today's Gregway, and you can get today's Kinda Funny podcast that's recording this afternoon, and of course, you can get it tomorrow on YouTube and podcast services for everybody else. Thank you to our Patreon producers, Delaney Twining and Carl Jacobs. Today, we're brought to you by Shady Rays and Hymns, but we'll tell you about that later. For now, let's begin with what is, and forever will be, the Roper Report. It's time for some news. We have 6 stories today.
A baker's dozen.
That's good.
I like the passion. I like the passion.
I felt it.
Yeah, no,
there was some heart in that.
For
sure. That's called. Yeah,
for
that's
sure.
some heart.
Mike, today's an exciting day.
Really quick, I just want to shout out, that was Elaine Goydan?
Oh, okay.
Like
The second.
Elaine side story right there. Elaine Guydan. Good for them. Thank you so much for that.
Nice.
Mike, a state of play has been announced. It's coming tomorrow. This is story number 1. I'm pulling from the PlayStation blog. State of Play is back tomorrow, September 24th. Tune in live for news and updates on more than 20 upcoming PS5 and PSVR 2 games from studios around the world. The 30-plus minute show begins September 24th at 3 p.m. Pacific time on YouTube and Twitch, and will be broadcast in English and Japanese. See you tomorrow. Mike, you're the biggest PlayStation fan I know.
Mega fan.
What are you looking forward to at a State of Play tomorrow?
Yeah, bless. It's sharing time with you and the team. For real, I love coming together and celebrating games, having fun. It's a great time, bless. You know, there's the Mike, right? Mike is always excited for these because I like gathering around the table with my friends, seeing new exciting announcements, games, older games that we haven't seen in quite some time, celebrating that. Okay, now let's throw that out the window. Let's talk about for real here.
For real.
On this, I am just like the internet where it's like, oh man, are they going to show me a bunch of remasters I've already seen that I don't care about, more old games that we've already played? Or will they line up a good 2025 and start to align the stars for me to get excited for next year with PlayStation? Give me a reason that I should really buy this PlayStation Pro as a consumer, right? Like, get me excited for that. Light that fire. And I don't think we ever get those here. But, Tokyo Game Show coming up this week. It's just a fun time to celebrate games.
You said the dominoes up well there, because I think your exact answers highlights, I think, the multiple routes that we could go, and I think the routes that we will go down during the State of Play tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because I think you will get announcements of remasters and games that you played before. Because guess what? Those have been rumors. I think Bill Kun was the one, chat, correct me if I'm wrong, that was talking about Horizon popping up.
Okay. Yeah. We talked about that last week. I remember that.
So I think this is probably where you get the Horizon Zero Dawn remaster.
Let's knock that out.
Yeah, let's knock that out. You talk about, is this the place where we can get the bigger stuff, right? Because usually I don't think we associate State of Plays with that. We associate PlayStation showcases with that.
Yes.
To that, Mike, I want to take you down a route of PlayStation blog posts.
Oh, okay.
Where they detail previous PlayStation State of Plays.
Oh,
I have
smart.
multiple posts open, kind of like going through, whenever we get a State of Play, they put up the posts of like everything that we announced, right? The last State of Play that we got in May, now keep in mind, May State of Plays, usually more exciting than State of Plays that happen in September.
Because we're saying that's leading up to June for like the old E3 Summer Game Fest timing.
Exactly.
Okay.
But during that State of Play, we got Astrobot, we got a trailer for Concord, we got God of War Ragnarok for PC announced, we got the Until Dawn gameplay trailer, we got the Sky Dances Behemoth, actually, which looks like a pretty cool game. We got Path of Exile 2, Monster Hunter Wilds was revealed there, Silent Hill 2, we got a trailer there, Alien Rogue Incursion, Marvel Rivals was announced for PlayStation there, Dynasty Warriors Origins, man, that happened this year.
That happened.
We got Dynasty Warrior.
Remember that? I was on a Dynasty Warriors kick for a little bit. I was feeling that. Yeah.
We got Ballad of Antara, Infinity Nikki, and then Where Winds Meet. So that was the previous State of Play.
Okay.
Which I think had like,
you know what? That's
a small
not bad.
handful of really cool things there, especially when you talk about Astrobot being one of the big announcements. Then, Mike, of course, that's May. May State of Play is always usually pretty good. I won't say always, but usually pretty good compared to other times. I want to go back even further to September 2023. So this time,
you're taking me a whole year back.
I'm taking you a whole year back.
Okay.
Because I like to look at like I like to look at the field, right?
Yeah.
Hey, what have we gotten before? How can we use that to set our expectations accordingly?
Okay, hit me.
And so when we're talking about September 2023, we're talking about baby steps. You remember when they opened up with
I want to play
steps?
baby steps. Yeah, I like that.
We had that. We had like a Ghostbusters Rise of the Ghost Lord thing.
Yes.
The gameplay trailer and a dev interview. We had Resident Evil 4 Separate Ways and the VR mode announced there. You had a trailer for Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. You had Ghost Runner 2. You had the Deep Earth collection of PlayStation
I remember that.
plates.
Yes.
You know, the cool colors there. You had Helldivers 2 getting a trailer. You got a Marvel Spider-Man 2 trailer. You got Tales of Arise Beyond the Dawn, which is the DLC there. You got Honkai Star Rail. You got Foam Stars. And then you had FF7 Rebirth, a big trailer for that as well.
Okay.
And so again, like, I think with tempered expectations, you can kind of understand what a state of play is.
Yeah.
It's not going to be banger after banger after banger after banger.
Yeah.
That's never been what a state of play has been. But I think in recent years, they've done a good job of like sneaking in some more exciting announcements there. And I think we'll get that this week.
Yeah. Can I give the gamers speak really fast?
Go for it.
For the gamers out there, That was just a mid lineup, so expect mid.
Yeah.
But a fun time.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all that matters.
Exactly. Like, just adjust your expectations accordingly to what a state of play is. That said, Mike, before the show started, you pointed out something. You pointed out that this week is Tokyo Game Show.
I did, yeah.
Which I think is a really good way to frame this as well, because I think that also puts PlayStation in a position to announce certain things that I think might align with what we're hearing about Tokyo Game Show from them this year.
Okay.
It sounds like they're going to have a heavier presence at Tokyo Game Show this year. I want to point you to an article from goodgadget.com. They're not the only one with this article, but they're the one that stuck out here because they put it succinctly. It's been reported that PlayStation is going to go to Tokyo Game Show with a PS5 Pro, and then they have 10 games here that they're going to show up with.
Nice.
Those games are Astrobot, which is already out, right? Infinity Nikki, Neva, Sonic Cross Shadow Generations, Metal Gear Solid Delta, Snake Eater, Metaphor ReFantasio, Monster Hunter Wilds, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, Dragon Quest III HD 2D Remake, and Dynasty Warriors Origins.
Sounds solid.
Yeah.
That's a great lineup if I can get my hands on that and play at the convention.
And I'll venture to say, yeah, a good handful of those you're going to see trailers at.
That's sick.
At a State of Play.
Of course. More Dynasty Warriors then, that would be dope.
That'd be awesome.
I'd like that for sure. Okay.
PS5 Pro, I think, is going to be a fascinating one. I think for sure they talk about it tomorrow. I think the question is, how do you talk about it? Are you showing off specific games? Because now we've seen that initial PS5 Pro reveal, and
the tech demo,
tech demo, and it feels like they've said everything they've needed to say as far as like what this thing is. Is there anything they can show you, Mike, tomorrow at a State of Play that makes you go, oh, I should actually get this thing?
Probably just a reminder of the 30th anniversary. Right, like we're coming up on that special edition announcement of like, here's the pre-orders go live, get ready to rock and roll. So I think like a flashy montage of like, hey, look at the dope colorway, remember the nostalgia, get excited. That clicks in my mind of like, oh yeah, that's why I kind of want to splurge and buy a PlayStation Pro right now, is because I want that special edition console, right? Like that's all I need. We've already seen the tech demo. I know it's going to be better than what I'm currently playing. I know that if I was a tech head and want the best out of my consoles, I would be upgrading to this right now, right? But I'm currently someone who doesn't play much of my PlayStation games except for the exclusives, so I don't really need that next upgrade. But you know, you give me a flashy montage, you get me excited to spend.
Barrett brings up the PlayStation 5 30th anniversary edition, which I think we get the price. I think we get the details of this tomorrow. I think that's the right place to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think like I don't know if a State of Play is going to be the place to sell people on a PS5 Pro necessarily. I think a PS5 Pro is a thing that one, you need to get it in front of people. You need to put it in Best Buys, or I mean, I don't know how many people are going to GameStops anymore, but you need to put them in places where people are going to be to see it with see it face to face with their eyes to then be convinced.
Of course.
And I think that's going to take place over the course of the rest of the PS5 life
Tokyo
cycle.
Game Show, you would think.
I think
like, that's
Tokyo,
the perfect opportunity of like, here's the first one out in the public. People are seeing what the press has already seen of. Here's two screens. We're showing you what it both looks like at the same time.
Yeah, and so like I think you're going to need to do that. But I think it's going to be when GTA 6 comes out, or like the next big third-party games come out.
Okay.
That make people go, oh man, I'm buying GTA 6. Where's the best place I can play GTA 6?
Yeah.
And it's going to be PS5 Pro, right? Because there's not a PC version coming out at launch. And yeah, like Xbox doesn't have an Xbox Pro console that's going to be doing the PSSR and all this bullshit, right?
Blessing, please.
Sorry.
Pisser.
The pisser. It's not going to, the Xbox doesn't going to have the pisser.
Okay.
And so you're going to need, I think PlayStation's going to be relying a lot on that. Hey, this is the best place you can play some of these games right here.
I like that. Yeah, of course.
You also bring up first party. I think that's going to be a fascinating one. Next year for PS5, what does that look like? I think we're going to get a big Death Stranding trailer because we know Death Stranding's having that round table at Tokyo Game Show.
Love that.
So I think
Super
that's a
excited
slam
for that.
dunk. I hope we get a pretty good trailer for Death Stranding. Do we get anything else for first party?
Yeah, that's the question that we look out there, and the audience gets excited of like, besides the remasters, right? Like you talked about, is Days Gone going to be in that remastered lineup? Are we going to see, of course, Horizon? But then what do I really want to see? And that's Ghost of Tsushima 2.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's what I'm coming here for, the hope of. But like you say, State of Plays aren't the major spots, and that's the issue. But I'm excited. I want that.
Here's what I'll say is, if not here, then where are you going to announce your 2025 big games?
TGS. The game show.
But I think this would be the place they announce it, though, right? Like, if you're going to show it at TGS to certain things. Oh, you mean the Game Awards?
Yeah, the Game Awards. My apologies. Game Awards. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the
Yeah,
next
that's a good
logical
one.
step. If you skip here, that means we look to December, which is 2 months from now, right? And we go to Jeff Keighley's show with the biggest and the baddest.
Yeah.
And like that's how you take over the show because it's the end of the year. Jeff Keighley has everybody there. We're all watching. It has major numbers now that we've seen. That's where you announce something like that because that's the cycle that we're in. They also can create their own cycles, but like, yeah, that would be the next logical step.
Them announcing the tough thing about it, not the tough thing. I think the interesting wrinkle about it is that it is Tokyo Game Show.
Yeah.
And it is Ghost of Tsushima. Thematically, I feel like a good
You think
place.
that would be a slam dunk?
I think that would be Ghost of Tsushima. I feel like a slam dunk would be to announce that at Tokyo Game Show.
Okay.
And then get in front of people at Tokyo Game Show.
Yeah.
Barrett,
I feel like it's too early.
you feel like it's too early?
Yeah. I think Death Stranding definitely feels right. But honestly, I think the perfect game, fair games, you know?
I mean,
and that's the 2025 for PlayStation.
Well,
the
It'll be
sucky
Death
thing is that you're not
Stranding
wrong.
And
Yeah.
fair games, and those will be the two big titles for next year.
He's not wrong because there's the 4 of those that got announced all together that we
Yeah.
all had question marks of like, this is Sony's next evolution of games as a service. We want to corner this market. We saw Concord come out. There's still question marks on some of these games. Like, what's the deal? Can we get more details than just this flashy cinematic trailer? Is it time for something like that? Is this the right place?
I'm going to say no.
Okay.
And the reason I'm saying no is because I think coming off of Concord, I think at PlayStation, they have to be like, all right, everybody stop. Like, not stop making these games, but everybody let's stop and assess and figure out like how we're going to market these things, how we're going to talk about these things. I think coming off of the failure of Concord, to turn around and immediately talk about fair games would be such a nobody's in a place where they believe in fair games right now. And I think think right now they have to be reassessing how they're going to market these things and talk about them. I don't think you can come out right now and put out a trailer.
But you
Fair
don't think fair game speaks to a different market, right? Because like you look at Concord, that was a team arena shooter, right?
Uh-huh.
You look at games like Fair Games and Marathon, they aren't that, right? Like they are going for that extraction shooter, that battle royale, that smaller team base versus more teams out there that currently the market has dictated that's what they want, right? So do you really hit the pause button because this game didn't do well?
Is the market dictating that they want that on PlayStation?
They want it on everywhere. That you got to go. PlayStation has proven to us that they'll launch on PC.
That
as
is
well.
true. You're
so
right.
like that. The catch is like they just showed us with Concord they will do that, but they did go down the wrong avenue of putting a $40 price tag on a game that was like clearly like, hey, the market has spoken. They want free to play. Just hit them with the microtransactions as much as the internet talks about. They don't want it. Guess what? The general audience wants that. They want free-to-play games with microtransactions. They can jump into their friends and jump out at any time.
Do you feel like Fair Games needs to be free-to-play?
Yes. If I was looking at these two games, Marathon and Fair Games, I'd be talking to all of them. Be like, how do we figure this out? Because clearly the market has spoken. You need to figure this out, and we'd go after that.
Now, do you think up until now they've planned for it to be free-to-play? Because I would think that just based on how Concord came out, Fair Games probably was probably going to be planned to come out at $40.
That would be crazy. If you were sitting there in the boardroom thinking that you're coming out at $40 in this market for the past 3 years and seeing where the trends are going, that would be crazy.
Because that's where my mind is at. I think they had a wake up call with Concord of, oh shit, we do not know what we're doing here. We do not know how to treat these things. Even with Bungie in our pocket, like we thought that this was going to fix all things, but we got to figure out how exactly we're going to roll this stuff out in a way that's going to speak to the audiences that actually play these games and play these games in a free to play way. So I think right now for Fair Games and for Marathon, I think you are in as far as marketing and advertising place, I think you're in a pause mode and going, hey, what are the key bullet points we need to nail about these things to get people on our side with it? I think next time we hear about Fair Games, I think it needs to come with, and it's going to be free to play, and it's going to be, then we've put it in people's hands already, and this is what their thoughts are. And I think you have to come out and treat those things well. I think you put out a Fair Games trailer right now, and the way that you put out the Concord trailer back in the last State of Play, it's going to fall so flat.
That's interesting because like we're moving a mile a minute. That's the issue. It's like we are moving so fast in this market that you can't get caught up on hitting pause. Similar to what we just saw with Concord, right? They spoke to an audience 8 years ago. That's what people wanted. Now we are so far past that. And when you hit the pause button, the audience starts to move and the gaming market starts to move. You can't miss out on the moment now. And so if you have a game that speaks to what we're looking for right now, I think you have to capitalize on that because it won't be the same 6 months, a year from now, 2 years from now. The things are just changing so fast.
But is Fair Games, I might need to relook this up because as far as I remember, it's PvPvE, Extraction.
Yeah.
Is that what the audience is wanting right now?
I think extraction shooters are hot. If you can make a good extraction shooter, I think you have to show the world that this is where they need to spend their time. It's about where people need to spend their time. Is it flashy? Is it fun? Does it have substance? And prove to you that you should be taking away some of your gaming time from the Fortnites, the Call of Duties, the Apexes of the world, the Tarkovs of the world, and say, I want to give a night, 3 nights, 4 nights, and make this my routine. There has to be something out there because the other games have proven that, right? They have proven that, hey, I can come here for a day to a week and I want to spend my time here. I want to give my effort into growing and getting better in this game. And right now, I mean, if you have what it is, then you got to show that. I think it's easy to say that, especially PlayStation. We talk about how big it is, how much people love this and are on the side. You got to strike while the iron's hot if you got something good.
Yeah. I think my only rebuttal to that would be to, once again, look at Concord and what Concord is. Because I don't think Concord is a game out of time. I think for sure if they struck a bit earlier, maybe they could have seen a bit more success. But I think the main out of time thing about Concord is just that it's not free to play.
No, it's out of time.
You think
it's a team arena shooter that's out of time right now.
But what about Marvel Rivals, though?
Marvel Rivals is going to make its own little market of the Overwatch group right there. That's what it will speak to. I think when I look at that, I get reminded of X Defiant. I get reminded of Halo multiplayer. I get reminded of 2000 to 2012, right? That's where it was back in the day. We have clearly shown that team arena shooters are not that hot as they used to be. Splitgate, for a perfect example, you probably jumped into Splitgate, you played a day of it, and you're like, that's more Splitgate. That's great.
Yeah.
And you never wanted to, you're not going back to that,
That's fair.
So I think that's what it is it's fun for a one-off. You'll play it for a day, a night, maybe a couple, but I don't think team arena shooters are the takeover end-all be-all right now.
Let's switch gears and talk about PSVR 2. Because they mentioned that in the PlayStation blog right up. Again, we're going to get news and updates for more than 20 upcoming PS5 and PSVR 2 games. Mike, how many, and I know we're going to do our predictions episode.
Yeah, so I know. We're trying to save the predictions.
I forget, are you going to be on that episode?
No, I believe it's just you guys. But
okay, so we can get it. We can get the mic thoughts here.
Yeah. You
fine.
Get some of mine.
Over under, how many PSVR 2 games are we going to get? Do you think we get more than 2?
You get less than 3.5, aka 4. So you will get 3 PSVR games minimum. You know what? I'm going to bump it up. I'm going to say 4.5. You get 4 PSVR 2 games.
4 PSVR 2
because I think
games.
of the Alien one that we just saw at the last State of Play that I got excited about, that Greg was like, hold up, don't get excited for that yet. You know what I mean? I think you have a couple. You still are trying to justify that system, especially to the people who bought it, right? Of hey, there are games. Perfect example, we turned on the MetaQuest 3. There's a bunch of games out there. There are always games releasing for that kind of ecosystem, and PlayStation has that ecosystem, so they have to feed the people in that ecosystem. I think 4 games isn't that crazy, right? We go, but
I think 4 games.
It's a splash screen. It's fast. It happens.
Because I was going to say 3. I think 3 sounds about right. But the follow-up question I have to it is, will any of them move the needle? And the answer is probably going to be no.
No,
right?
I don't think for us and the general audience, if you don't have a PSVR 2, I don't think there will be any game on this that will go, oh my God, I got to go buy one, right? I don't think you have an Asgard's Wrath 2 all of a sudden in your back pocket that nobody knows about, right? If you do, that's a system seller, and people get excited. They go, oh my God, IGN gave this a 10 out of 10. Every person that's ever turned on the headset says this is the greatest VR game ever.
Man.
They don't have that. And if they do, then we buy the headset and we celebrate. But as of right now,
but here's
they
the
just
thing.
have
if they do,
fun.
I don't think we buy the headset either. I think we're at the threshold now where even if they announce Half-Life Alyx for the PSVR 2,
never go back.
I don't think people are buying it still.
I agree with
I think
you,
you're going to sell some headsets.
Yeah.
I think for the nerds out there, some of us are going to buy those headsets. I don't think it's going to be enough to really move the needle anymore.
Yeah.
Barry popped up. What's up?
This might be burning pot a little bit for GamesCast, but I just wonder, something that bewildered us for the PSVR 2 is that Astrobot Rescue Mission was never brought to VR 2.
Mm-hmm.
Is it too late at this point?
I see. It never bewildered me because Astrobot is ground up made for PSVR 1, right? It's like in the way of whenever PS6 comes by. I guess maybe it might be a bit easier, but like porting an Astrobot game to a new console means that you're going in and you're changing the content. Because in the same way as a PSVR 1 Astrobot or Astrobot Rescue Mission, like you're playing that game with a DualShock 4 controller, right? Like there are things about that game that are invoking what that platform is. And so at that point, it's like, just make Astrobot Rescue Mission 2.
Gotcha.
Which, God, I would love if they do that. They're not going to do that.
Yeah, that's way too quick of a turnaround. And yeah, they're hopefully finding success on just doing main console games for our the flatters out there.
Oh my God, don't get me started on these flatters, these flat screeners.
Flat screeners? I mean, come on. What a wild term. I love that one. Yeah, I don't know. Like you said, Bless, we're too far gone. There will be nothing that will ever excite you to say, I have to buy this. Because we've talked about it, right? There's so many things against the PSVR 2 right off the rip that was already like, questionable, like, I don't know if I want to buy this, right? It was wired. It needed the system no matter what. We had been moving in a direction that MetaQuest 2, I'll always bring up the example, and 3 now, of like, there's no wires, and the system is just in the headset, right? You can plug it into a PC, make it beefier, and play some of those games, but like, you don't need any of this. And now going, oh, well, you need the PS5, you need the PSVR 2. It's just so much to buy off the rip that a fan like me, if you showed me something great, right? Like it was the coolest PlayStation exclusive game. It's like, oh, I got to add up all that. That's too much. I can't do that for one game.
Mike, I want to bring in some super chat questions for you. Onus Prime writes in and says, much like Nintendo just has the direct branding, I think PlayStation just needs to stick to state of plays and retire the showcase. Some can be exciting, some won't, but it'll lessen expectations.
I like that. It's an interesting one, right? Because like, yeah, the state of plays people get down on. They want the showcases all the time, but you're not going to get the showcases all the time. It would be something different because I never feel like, oh, the showcase is happening all the time. It doesn't feel like it's normal. It feels like it's the one-off, right? So maybe a better name for the showcase, right? The exclusive showcase. I don't know. Make it feel like this is the big one, like it already does, and then state of plays is just the normal. I don't know. That's a tough one to do.
It's a weird one. I think PlayStation Showcase, it being so infrequent, I think kind of takes the wind out of it a little bit. And now when a PlayStation Showcase comes up, the expectations are so out of whack that
it's not yearly?
No.
Okay. Oh, then yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, that's the thing is that it's not yearly, and it's inconsistent, right? We've had some showcases happen in the fall. We had some of them happen in the spring. I think the last one that happened was spring of 2023. And guess what? The year after that was a state of play. I believe the year before that in the spring was a state of play. And so there's not really consistency to it. And the last showcase we got also was like, that was the one where we got Concord and Marathon, and it just didn't live up to people's hype to it. And I think that backfired on them.
Yeah.
I don't know if the solution is to get rid of showcases and just go everything's a state of play, because state of plays also haven't been consistently exciting either. I think it's just a matter of trying to figuring out consistency, right? Hey, if you're gonna call it a PlayStation Showcase, make it a banger. Know that it's a banger.
Yeah.
If you're gonna call it a state of play, then like find whatever that like consistent messaging is. Hey, state of plays are 20 to 30 minutes. They're going to be smaller updates or like maybe non-PlayStation Studios games, and then have PlayStation Showcases be the Wolverine, next Sony Santa Monica game, next Naughty Dog game. If you're not going to have that difference, and if there's inconsistency as far as how both are hitting for the audience, then I think it just muddies the message and makes it all confusing.
Yeah, it's early for Xbox, but on the other side of the comparison, right, it's like, I like what Xbox is building right now with their summer game showcase and then the direct afterward, right? Like, hey, we're going to focus on one game. That's going to be the fun 45 minutes afterwards after the showcase that we're going to focus on. It feels like that's almost how the showcase for PlayStation should be. Once a year, we're going to focus on one game that's coming out the following year, whatever, and let's give you some big blowout. Because right now, like you said, if you're inconsistent, I don't know how to temper my expectations. I want state of plays to be bigger because you haven't given me a showcase. When are you going to show these things? Figure out a way to be like more consistent of once a year, we're going to have the showcase. This is the big blowout. Ever since E3 went away, we've had a problem. Ever since E3 went away, we've had a major
right now,
problem with
I'm sitting here like, I don't know, man. Maybe Ghost of Tsushima could show up tomorrow.
That's the problem.
And I think that's a problem. Yeah. If for a state of play, I'm like, it couldn't, because at the last one we got fucking Astrobot, which is one of the highest Metacritic scoring games of the year, right? And so I'm like, I feel like you gotta build, and like Death Stranding 2, right? We're like, oh man, that's a slam dunk that's gonna be there tomorrow for a state of play. If that's not going to be there, and if those levels of games aren't going to be there, like one of the things I like what Nintendo does, where they're at every fucking event, Nintendo's like, hey, don't expect the Switch 2. hey, no, we're not gonna have information about the next big Legend of Zelda game here. Like, I feel like you got to figure out the language to temper those expectations for your audience. That way you can deliver on, hey, it's smaller, but boom, like we've told you what this is. Now we can blow your mind with what
I like
this is.
that. I like that, Bless.
We got another one from Johnny V Golf, who says, I hope to one day be as energetic and charismatic as Snowbike Mike. Please consider this my way of buying him an In-N-Out lunch.
Oh, well, thanks, homie. Thank you for supporting the team with your super chat. And go out and make somebody smile today. Do your best.
Stop buying him In-N-Out.
Blessing, really quick on that. I want to talk about, I'd love us to talk about the remasters really fast because, that's the joke online. You see on Twitter all the time, they announce the state of plays and people are like, oh my God, state of bore. It's going to be nothing but remasters, right?
Yeah.
How many remasters do we really expect?
Tomorrow?
Yeah, and are people going to be uptight about it?
At least one. I'm going to say one.
Okay.
Maybe two.
I'm saying 3.
You're saying 3?
3
Because
remasters.
what's coming out soon, Bless? Until Dawn.
Oh, I forget. Yeah.
You're gonna get
Until Dawn's gonna be there tomorrow.
You're
Yeah.
gonna get
Oh, of course, yeah.
Horizon.
the original one,
Horizon
whatever,
Zero Dawn.
Zero Dawn, and then you're gonna get Days Gone.
See, the Days Gone one is the one that I'm iffy on.
Yeah,
I mean, if you're gonna do it, I guess maybe just might as well package it
I
in.
believe in
Let's
George
get
Midler.
it. Rip the Band-Aid
Might
off.
as well
Let's
rip
get
the
it out.
Band-Aid off
Yeah.
and announce it with Horizon. Because I don't think you want to announce the Days Gone remasters by itself.
People are not going to be pleased. On
Like,
that
you
one.
don't want to have those multiple PR beats of, oh, hey, here's Horizon Zero Dawn remaster, and then a few weeks later, to months later, hey, here's Days Gone remaster.
Yeah.
Like, what, you're going to announce that at fucking Game Awards? No. Yuck. Maybe 3. Yeah, honestly, Barrett's kind of selling me on this.
Are there some older games that you'd like to be remastered that would actually be fun and exciting?
Oh, dude.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I have my dream announcements.
Yeah.
Give me another. Actually, no, this might be overkill, but it's me, so I'll say it. Give me another Team Eco collection, but give me the 3 Team Eco games.
Oh,
all right. Give me Eco, Shadow Colossus, and The Last Guardian,
Okay.
all in one package, all boosted for PS5.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, that's fun.
That's put me at the helm of PlayStation.
Put them at the helm, people.
Because will that sell as many copies as a Horizon Zero Dawn remaster?
Yeah.
Honestly, and it saddens me, probably not.
Okay.
But do the streets need it? The answer is fucking yes. People in chat are saying Infamous, which I know a lot of people would love Infamous.
Yeah, they would like to see Infamous. Okay, that would be cool.
What about you? Is there anything?
I mean, I'm just a SOCOM guy, and I don't need I don't. That's so old. It's not a remaster. It's just bring back that beloved franchise. Figure it out. But
What about
nothing
Sunset
crazy.
Overdrive?
To PlayStation?
Yeah.
It's a really good game. I'd like more people to play it.
pretty
It's a
sick.
really good game. It would be fun. I think it would really hit in today's market too. People like that. They're riding the high of Insomniac. That'd be great. What about like a Spider-Man? We getting any sort of DLC or anything exciting from my Spider-Man 2?
I don't think so. They're
Okay.
working on so much shit. Like, where's
And
Wolverine at?
We're not No, that's a showcase.
Yeah, Wolverine.
Right,
You say for
Wolverine's a showcase level.
Yeah, and I don't think we get like.
Okay.
I think anything we see from first party is coming out within the next year and a half.
Okay.
And I don't think Wolverine's coming out in 2025.
So has PlayStation, for you and the audience, excited you for 2025? With the
No.
PlayStation 5 Pro on the way, and you look down the year of going, I'm going to buy this console because I'm going to get the very best of X, Y, and Z future new games. Are you lined up and excited? Do you know
No.
what's ahead? Or
I
are you
mean-
going, what's going on?
I'm not going what's going on because I'm expecting the announcements to happen either tomorrow or at Game Awards. If you get past Game Awards and PlayStation's announced nothing else, then I'm like, all right, what's going on? What's going on here? Because like the PS5 Pro, it's not exciting to me. I'm sure it's exciting for like people who are big fans of tech or people who are big fans of like you want to get the performance and fidelity and ray tracing all at the same time. Like those people are out there, and I'm sure once they get in front of more people's eyes, maybe TGS is the place where everybody goes, wait, y'all should be excited about this. But for $700 or whatever, no, I'm not.
Okay.
That I'm not super excited about the PS5 Pro. I'm excited for Death Stranding 2. But like outside of Death Stranding 2, are there any other first party things announced for 2025? I don't think so. Chat, correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
If I'm forgetting anything. But
On
yeah.
it now, fair games. Those are the 2 pillars next year, Bless.
Oh, what was Marathon? Was Marathon announced or rumored for 2025?
Oh, maybe.
This could be another year wrong.
What are the third-party team-ups that we'll see? What are the
Monster Hunter
partnerships?
Wilds.
What are the games that will be there from third-party? Monster Hunter Wilds, okay.
Monster Hunter Wilds.
Are we getting too much of that? I mean, I'll never take... I'll always say I'll always take Monster Hunter Wilds, but like, are we getting too much of that?
No,
Okay.
because like I think the Monster Hunter sickos are gonna take whatever they
Yeah.
can get. Yeah,
But
I
like
think
the
they're gonna eat
general
it up.
audience. So we're like, hey, we're good on that.
I don't
We've
think
been
they're
there.
worried about the general audience. I think it's one of those things where it's like people love Monster Hunter so much that
Yeah.
they're just gonna feed the fans, and like I think the fans are gonna bring the general audience on for the ride. Like I can't wait to see how much this game sells.
Okay,
because
okay.
Monster Hunter, it's a phenomenon. Right, it's with
awesome.
every entry, it's just getting more and more, and people are like they're taking over the world with this fucking franchise. So yeah, like I know I'm gonna play Monster Hunter Wilds because everybody in my life is gonna be playing it. Barrett, what's up?
We're thinking about third parties for tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
I just want to shout out. I'm gonna anti-predict Ghost of Tsushima because I think Assassin's Creed Shadows will be there tomorrow.
Oh.
And I think it'd be weird to have both, but I feel like Shadows is more imminent.
Yeah.
And I feel like Tsushima is very hopeful. So
I feel
that's
it.
my guess.
All right. So I'm doing one more peek at the super
Yeah,
chats.
take a look at the
real
super
quick.
chat.
W says, any chance we see Blue Point's next project? I'm gonna say no. You save that for a showcase.
Okay.
Jamil says PSVR 2 will no longer matter if PlayStation does not put more into the marketing of the device and its first party games. This is what I'll say. I don't think PSVR 2 matters anymore. I think we've crossed that line already. I
Yeah.
already think it doesn't matter for PlayStation.
I mean, I
anymore.
think that's why you see it at every single one of these state of plays is because it does matter to them and they still want to justify it. But I think the audience looks at it as like, we're already past that. It's over now. Like nobody, I don't have anyone in my sphere that ever looks at me and goes, I'm excited for this or I want to buy this. Oh, I need this. I have this and I'm playing it. No one has ever spoken to me about that.
See, I think you're getting the games in the showcase because it is like, hey, we have this platform that we're not making games for anymore, right? Like we've gotten one big IP first party game for PSVR 2 and it was at launch. It was Horizon Call of the Mountain. Since then, like we've not gotten an Insomniac VR game. We've not gotten a Sony Santa Monica VR game. And not that you have to have all your first party studios working on PSVR 2, but it feels like none of your IP is being worked on for PSVR 2. And so I have this feeling of, do you care about it in a way where you're really trying to sell it? I think really the only thing that you can say about it is that you still have some third parties making games for it, maybe because there are already VR developers who have a passion for the platform. And I think if that's the case, you might as well help them out. You might as well be like, yo, all right, let's put this in the showcase because it shows that we have something for PSVR 2. But I don't see it as a way of them going, now we believe in this. Like, we want to push this. We still want to advertise this. I think they're pretty much like, all right, it's just like, it's on live support. Like, we're letting the PSVR 2 just do its own thing.
Yeah.
Donut Dude gave us a super chat and it says adding to Mike's In and Out fund.
I'm taking Blessing to In and Out now. We're going to eat big.
Stop it, Mike! Stop it!
And
no!
then last one before we move on, because we've been on this topic for a while. I like doing the show
really
with you,
quick.
Mike.
We're having fun. It's right.
We're having a good time.
Pragmata. Will I see that
No.
girl with the space van ever again?
You're not going to see Pragmata.
Honestly, Mike, not a bad call.
I'm
Not
trying
a
to
bad
see
call.
Pragmata because I was jazzed up about it.
No.
And then she gave me the sticky note and she's like, don't worry,
We're sorry.
Mike. I need some time.
We're sorry.
We're sorry. Delaney Twining says, reminder of the NVIDIA leak. What about Final Fantasy IX remastered? Also, Mike can just consider In and Out a park of bulking season or a part of bulking season.
Yeah, I'm loading up. I'm loading up is right.
Final Fantasy IX remastered has nothing been announced about that. There have been so many Final Fantasy remasters and re-releases and ports and remix that I've lost count. Sure, why not?
I'm not the big Final Fantasy guy. What is the number that you want if you are Final Fantasy jabroni? Because like
I'm not a Final Fantasy.
I just want to play
jabroni is the thing.
Blitzball. I once watched a kid in my neighborhood play Blitzball, and like now I want Blitzball because now I've played some Final Fantasy games and I'm willing to jump in for Blitzball.
I've always wanted to revisit 13. Final Fantasy 13
okay.
was the first Final Fantasy I like truly tried to give a shot, and honestly, I didn't get that far in it. But I will say I like the vibes of it.
Like the vibes of 13.
Yeah, it was
okay.
It was a PS3 Final Fantasy game. You boot that thing up. That game just looked real good. It had a real good soundtrack.
Oh,
Combat
okay.
system was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Character design was fucking great.
Okay.
But then they had like 3 games. Then Lightning left, and then she returned. It was a whole thing.
That was her name was Lightning?
Her name was Lightning.
With the pink hair?
Yes.
Yeah, this
Her
is a
name's
cool
Lightning.
character. This is a cool character.
Yeah, so I
like
kind of want to
that.
revisit.
Okay.
Like, if they brought it back, I might revisit it.
13. Turn-based, real time. What's
It's
the
like
vibe?
it's turn-based. I forget what they call. There's like a name for it because it is like live active time battle.
Oh,
maybe?
okay. Well, we're
But it's
seeing in
turn-based.
the new stuff now. Okay.
Not what you're seeing because right now the newest Final Fantasy are more action.
Well, yeah, but like Final Fantasy VII is real-time turn-based is what they're calling that, right?
yeah, but it's more turn-based than that.
Okay.
Yeah, like you're clicking from
okay.
a menu. You're
Okay.
not like hitting square to attack and shit like that.
Okay, I could be down for that. I'll try it.
Paradigm system was what they called it. Thank you, chat.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's
That's
turn-based,
cool.
but it's very fast, is what VGM is saying.
Okay.
Mike, enough about
No more.
PlayStation. All right, we're going to go to a break, and when we come back from break, we're going to talk more about PlayStation.
Okay,
We're
never
talk about
mind.
Patreon.com/kindoffunny, YouTube.com/kindoffunny games. There you can get the Kind of Funny membership, which allows you to get shows ad-free. And speaking of ads, let us tell you about our sponsors.
This episode's brought to you by Shady Rays. Get ready for the season ahead with quality shades built to last. Our friends over at Shady Rays have you covered with premium polarized shades that won't break the bank. Shady Rays is an independent sunglasses company that offers an unrivaled product that's just as good as any expensive pair that we've worn. Durable frames and world-class optics for all outdoor adventures. With an extensive array of styles and colors, you're bound to find the perfect pair of Shady Rays sunglasses. Y'all know I've been outside a lot in the sun playing some Pokemon Go, and it's such a great experience wearing my Shady Rays when I'm out and about looking dope. Every pair of sunglasses is backed by lost or broken replacements. If you lose or break your pair, even on day one, they told us they will send you a brand new pair, no questions asked. Exclusively for our listeners, Shady Rays is giving out their best deal. Head to shadyrays.com and use code KINDOFFUNNY for 50% off 2 or more pairs of shades. You can try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. shadyrays.com, use code KINDOFFUNNY for 50% off 2 or more pairs of shades. This episode is brought to you by Hims. Guys, sometimes intimate moments happen spontaneously, and we'll always want to be ready so we can perform in the bedroom. Hims has treatments that can help you stay hard and last longer, giving you that boost of confidence so you can be ready whenever the mood strikes. Hims is changing men's healthcare by providing access to affordable sexual health treatments, all from the comfort of your couch. No insurance is needed. Pay one low price for your treatments, online visits, ongoing shipments, and provider messaging. Start your free online visit today at hims.com/kindoffunny. That's HIMS.com/kindoffunny for your personalized ED treatment options. hims.com/kindoffunny. The products mentioned are chewable compounded products, which are not approved by or verified for safety or effectiveness by the FDA. Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions, details, and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
And we're back with story number 2. PS5 Slim 30th anniversary bundle price is reportedly revealed. We have this from Wesley Yinpool at IGN. The price for the PlayStation 30th Anniversary PS5 Slim Bundle, as well as the PlayStation 30th Anniversary DualSense controller, have reportedly been revealed. In an article on Deal Lab's reliable PlayStation leaker, Bill Kuhn, said the limited edition PS5 Slim console bundle will cost $499.99. Bill Kuhn estimated that the bundle will cost around 520 euros and 450 pounds in Europe. The DualSense 30th Anniversary controller, meanwhile, costs $80, which is the same price as the recently released DualSense Astrobot controller. Bill Kuhn estimates that the price of this controller in Europe is 80 euros and 70 pounds. Mike, would you buy the PS5 Slim Anniversary Edition for $500?
Well, bless. I'm on the
500
PlayStation Direct website, and it looks like a PlayStation 5 console, the Slim, is $500.
Well, there you have it.
So, like,
there you have it.
I guess if I'm in the market for a PlayStation 5 Slim, and that is the actual price, yeah, I would probably shoot for a 30th anniversary console. I'm sure there's going to be super limited quantities.
Oh, for sure.
It's going to be a battle
You're
to
gonna have to
get
line
that.
up,
It's going
do
to be
all
a
that
headache.
shit.
But, like, yeah, I guess if I was in the market right now to be like, yo, I'm getting a Slim and or I'm getting the Pro, I mean, yeah, I'm shooting for the 30th anniversary.
Because then that
You
must
gotta
mean that the Pro is going to the Pro Anniversary console is going to cost $700 then.
Cost the same price as
Cost
the
the
normal
same price?
Pro. Yeah, I'd see that. I can see
I
that.
might line up for that shit.
I like that. I
I
like
might be
that,
on the
right?
website, just click and refresh. I'll be on
Are
there.
you gonna line up for any of this stuff?
I might try.
Okay.
Wait, how's it being sold? Is it being sold online?
I'm sure.
Just through their
Yeah.
PlayStation portal, says Baird in the background. Yeah, I'm gonna try, but I'm gonna fail. Obviously.
Okay,
Like,
yeah.
I don't.
Well, you
It's
shoot
gonna
your
be
shot.
tough.
You always shoot your shot. Yeah, you never know. I would like out of this lineup the Edge controller. I don't have a DualSense Edge yet. I am a big
DualSense Edge is
Xbox
fire.
Series Elite controller. I like the back paddles. I like these Pro controller versions. And so I would like a DualSense Edge. If I'm going to go out there and battle, I would do that. I'm not sold. I don't need a portal in my house right now. I'm not sold on the portal, so I'm not getting that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go get a normal controller. I already have too many of those just to be like, yo, I need a gray 30th anniversary controller that looks the same as all my other ones, right? And so then you get into what do I need? And so it's just the edge for me right now.
Yeah, now that I think about it, I'm like, do I want... Here's the thing. I want the console just for the like celebratory, like, oh man, I got one of these. They're only making 2 or however much, right? They're only making 4, like I forget how many thousand, tens of thousands.
It's like 12,000, somewhere around there.
Yeah. So I think it's cool to be able to be like, I got one of them.
I like
but
that.
It's gonna clash with every single thing in my room.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
bless. Don't worry about the clash.
A big old fucking PlayStation like anniversary edition PS5, like that's not gonna look great.
That'll be fine.
Okay, what's the
That'll be
theme of
fine.
your room? What's the vibe? What are the colors? What are we going with right now, Bless? That's like you're
You know
rocking right
what
now
the best
in your
part is?
room.
This means you redo your room around the PlayStation.
Boom, there you go.
We get a lot of grays. We get some red. We get some blue accents.
You
Boom.
paint every wall.
Here's the thing.
like-
I'm not gonna sit here and act like I fucking interior designed my room. I'm not gonna sit here.
So why do you care about a gray PlayStation in there, though?
I don't know, man. It's just it almost looks too like kiddie or too nerdy. Like it's too like, you know, because here's the
Really?
thing.
I think
PS5 right now with the sleek white,
Yeah.
it's like that's a piece of technology.
That looks futuristic and techy.
If I bring somebody in my room and they see that, they're like, oh, okay, well, you got this piece of technology here. If I bring them in and they have like a fucking anniversary PlayStation,
Okay,
they're gonna be like, oh, you're a child. Is what they're gonna say.
No, stop. One, anyone that you bring in your room is not looking around your room at your PlayStation. They're looking at you. But 2, if they do notice
No,
that,
they're looking at the
they're going to say,
PlayStation.
oh, shit, you got the cool 30th anniversary PlayStation. That's awesome. Or they're going to say, oh, man, my brother has a white one, or like my friend has a white one. You got this gray one. What's that? And then you get to tell them about it.
Either way, they're gonna look at
Hold
it, and
up.
they're either gonna be like,
What are you trying to say? Bless, what the fuck? Here's the
or
thing.
they're gonna think you're a nerd
I am
anyway.
a single man.
He's a single
All
man.
right?
He's a
I
single
gotta
man.
think about these things.
Okay.
And if I bring somebody in my room, my
Well,
PlayStation's
then here's the
shiny,
deal.
it's not as cool.
Yeah, but that, if
it's not.
if it's the gray 30th anniversary one, it just blends in. It just
They're
looks,
like, oh, how'd you get this PlayStation? Oh, I stood in line.
the Arctic white one fucking pops up. It's like, yo, look at me.
Because I got my fucking crimson PlayStation plates, and that's sleek. You know?
Bless.
That's
If
fucking smooth.
if they're
Sleek.
judging you for the stuff that you have in your
Yeah,
room
then
when it
you
comes to
shouldn't be
your
with
nerdy
them.
passions, they don't deserve you.
But like some things I should be judged about. Because here's the thing. A few weeks ago,
well, yeah, you being a Sonic fan,
and
that's
this is
pretty much
exactly
it.
where I'm going with it. A few weeks ago, I'm hanging out with Target with a couple of my friends, right?
We had Target.
We're at Target. We walk past the toy section in Target, and we see like this cool like Sonic display thing.
Yeah.
And my friend's like, "Hey, like you should get that Sonic thing." And I was like, "No, I shouldn't," because if I went into somebody's house and they had a Sonic display,
Yeah,
I would be
but
judgmental.
it would be sick. It
It'd
would be sick.
Here's the thing, internally, and I wouldn't even judge. Here's the thing, I would be like, "Oh, that's fucking cool."
You'd be like, damn, Tony's got it.
I'd be like, "Tony's got it,"
Yeah.
but at the same time, I'm like, "Tony, you bring girls over because if they see a Sonic,
You know, blessing. Girls would dig that. Girls like video games.
yeah, but Sonic specifically. Here's because also
Girls like Sonic.
because Michael,
He's fast. He's got red shoes.
right next to the Sonic display,
Yeah.
there was a Pikachu display.
Ah, shit.
And I was like, for sure, I would rock a Pikachu display. It's not that I'm trying to hide that I'm a gamer.
You're not
I'm not
hiding
trying
it.
to
Yeah,
hide
yeah.
that shit.
Uh-huh.
It's more so the cursed aspects of my hobby. I can't be out here rocking Sonic the Hedgehog displays in my room. I'm
Interesting.
sorry. A
Okay.
Pikachu one, because guess what? Everybody loves Pikachu.
You know what you need? You need a second room. You need an office where you can have this
I live in
stuff.
San Francisco. I live in the
And
Bay
then
Area.
in your room, you can have just dude. You know what I mean? Man.
Dude, this man child
Just a
nerd.
man. You can elevate from man-child to man like I did
Again,
up in the
I
Tahoe
want to
house.
make this clear. Again,
Yeah.
it's not that I'm ashamed of the nerd shit. In my room, I have 5 posters, right? I have, and Barrett's bringing up Sonic kissing the girl, which is part of the problem.
Yes.
I have my Miles Morales poster in my room. I have a Bloodborne, Ghost of Tsushima, I think. I have a Shadow Colossus, and I have
yeah, but that's really nice.
yeah.
The X, the O.
And like
yeah,
they're
yeah, I
all
like
like
that.
these minimalist, you know,
very nice.
art pieces that I have on my wall in my room. If I had a Sonic the Hedgehog one, like it changes the vibe, man.
I'll tell you what-
it turns it from adult gamer
Yeah.
to this man stuck in his childhood.
That's
And
a
I need to
gamer.
get the fuck
Yeah,
out
yeah.
of here.
Okay. So you're iffy on buying the 30th anniversary console, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Okay. We got far from that.
He's iffy
Yes.
on that. We had to
Yeah.
bring it all back.
Yeah, we had to bring it back.
Well, I mean, let's just say this. If the prices are the same as what you would be buying a normal one, then you should 100% try. Right? If you want a PS5 Slim and it's selling for $500 and the special edition console's $500, try to get that one, right? If you want it. If the PS5 Pro is the same price as a normal PS5 Pro, give it a try. What happens? You don't get it, then you jump back on the normal one. I like that. I like the pricing on that.
Somebody in chat says, plus, they're going to find out eventually. Yeah, but it's a slow burn.
It's a slow burn.
Date number 4, you get to learn that I'm a Sonic fan.
Then they walk into the room and just it hits them out of nowhere.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
yeah.
Oh,
Like
shit.
you can't date number 1. You can't reveal the Sonic. Date number 1 or 2. You have to know me.
Yeah,
and know
yeah.
that I'm a good man.
Yeah, but not date number 1 or 2.
Not date number 1 or 2.
Not number 1 or 2. You don't
At
know.
least
You don't
date
know
number
yet.
4. That's when I save the
Yeah.
Sonic shit.
This is
for.
a normal man. He's got a good
he's
job.
A normal
he's a
man
great guy
with a good job.
Great glasses.
Thank you.
Cool
Great
shoes.
glasses.
You know what I mean? He's taking me out to hot spots in the town. This is good. And then date 4, the reveal happens and the
Yeah.
fucking music swells.
They learned my blue flag. You know. Story number 3.
Yeah.
Annapurna Interactive split is reportedly caused by staff concerns over the company's direction. This is Sophie McAvoy at gamesindustry.biz. More details have emerged following the mass walkout of Annapurna Interactive's team last week, with sources telling IGN they were reportedly unaware of the Remedy deal until the day it was announced, and were confused, concerned, and frustrated by the direction of the company. It was already known that the team walked out due to a breakdown in negotiations to spin off its game division from its parent company, Annapurna Pictures. According to IGN, the plan was for a new company called Verset to be created out of Annapurna Interactive, which would become Annapurna's indie arm. I'm going to pause here and say, y'all should go check out the IGN article on this. Rebecca Valentine did a whole report. It's a gigantic report that goes further into details. I'm pulling specifically from gamesindustry.biz because the write-up is more concise, so I can actually read it on the show.
Yes.
But definitely go give IGN the click. Give Rebecca Valentine the click. She's very talented. As negotiations were underway, the team reportedly discovered in August that Annapurna Interactive co-founder Hector Sanchez had been quietly rehired as president of Interactive and New Media by Annapurna Pictures CEO Megan Ellison, and was working on gaming projects without the knowledge of the rest of the Interactive staff. Sanchez left Annapurna Interactive in 2019 to join Epic Games as head of Epic Games Publishing, a position he left in February 2024. A spokesperson for Annapurna claimed talks between Sanchez and Ellison began earlier this year before she offered him the role at Pictures, where he would, quote, lead efforts in the AAA and AA gaming space, including transmedia properties, end quote. This included the deal between Annapurna Pictures and Remedy Entertainment announced in August, a deal that sources say the Interactive team were unaware of until it was announced. During this time, Annapurna Pictures terminated the discussion to spin off Interactive. The company claimed this was due to Interactive head Nathan Gary's lack of response to requests for feedback on legal drafts. However, sources told IGN that, quote, they began to see signs of Ellison exercising greater involvement in Annapurna Interactive's deals, projects, and budgets in a way that began to make them further uncomfortable with the direction of the company, which culminated in the mass walkout. Annapurna also clarified the future of games in development, including Blade Runner 2033 Labyrinth. Development will continue despite its game director Chelsea Hash resigning and many of its development team. An Annapurna spokesperson said, quote, the whole situation is a baffler, but now we're focused on moving forward. We've had really great conversations with an overwhelming majority of our existing development teams and are grateful for their partnership, end quote. Mike, there's so much here.
Wow, that's a lot, Bless. I will tell you that I have no idea what's going on here, so I'm going to have to go give Rebecca a click, so you'll have to school me on this one, but more power to the people standing up.
Yeah.
I mean, comes down to communication. Let's have a conversation here, it sounds like, and they didn't have that. So, yeah, school me on this, Bless. What the heck?
I mean, I don't have any schooling here. It's just I'm as bewildered as you are. We talked about this last week, and my main question was, why did this happen, right?
Okay.
Like, why did they want to spin off the in the Interactive part to be its own company? Like, what was that breakdown that happened there? And it sounds like it really just came down to internal politics and just disagreements as far as like how things were happening. And I could see the frustration as far as, hey, we have the Annapurna Interactive division that is the video game people, and you made a deal with Remedy to adapt Control and partner like strongly with Remedy. Why weren't we involved in any sort of way? It's weird because on one hand, I think you could make the argument of, well, it's a movie deal, right? Like, you know, but at the same time, I again, not knowing anything about the inner workings of Annapurna,
Yeah.
it seems like it is a thing of, hey, like we are as higher ups as Megan Ellison or whoever, like we want to be a bit more in control, but then also doing our own thing with some of these projects that you might have thought that you were working on, right? It really just comes down as a breakdown of communication and internal politics that just aren't working in anybody's favor.
Damn, that's tough. Yeah,
Unfortunately.
I'll have to read up on that one. I have no idea.
Story number 4. Nintendo's patented a new mystery device. This is from Richard Lawler and Jess Weatherbed at The Verge. Nintendo has submitted a mysterious new wireless device to the Federal Communications Commission this weekend, and it isn't the Switch 2 console we're expecting to be revealed before next April. The CLO-001 model number doesn't really reveal what it actually is, but it appears to be an entirely new product line given the 001 codes used on devices like the original Switch, which was HAC-001, and the DS, which is NTR-001 consoles. It's tagged only as a wireless device, not a wireless gaming console, or any kind of controller like a Joy-Con. A basic diagram within the documents shows an outline of where the FCC label will be displayed in a depression area on the bottom of something with a squarish footprint and rounded off corners. The documents also show that there's no body-worn accessory involved with the testing and that it doesn't have a battery and can only operate plugged in.
Oh.
It was connected to the same USB-C charger that Nintendo ships with its Switch consoles in tests, but that only reveals it can be powered by USB-C. The CLO-001 is surprisingly light on wireless technology. There's no 5 gigahertz or 6 gigahertz Wi-Fi radio and no Bluetooth, but it does support a 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi radio and a 24 gigahertz double M wave sensor. The sensor is the most interesting detail we have. It could be a radar sensor to track movement, like closely following gestures, or detecting when someone is nearby the device, causing it to turn on automatically, like we've seen in the 60 gigahertz sensors found in devices like the Pixel 4 and Akara's smart home presence sensor. So then, what is it? Guesses include a new gesture control interface, an upgraded dock for some kind of device at Super Nintendo World's theme parks, or maybe even a return of the quality of life sleep tracking initiative Nintendo attempted a decade ago. It could also be something to support AR features by detecting real-world objects, meaning it could be used for new Mario Kart Live hardware or even a Pokemon Go-like system. It really is anyone's guess right now, given the limited information available.
Damn.
Nintendo always doing some weird shit.
Okay, yeah, have fun with it. Get weird with it. Try some new things. You had me in the first half. I was like, oh, maybe it's just like a battery pack for your Switch 2 on the go, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like some extra battery. And then you're like, no, it's none of that. And I was like, oh, shit, I have no idea.
Yeah.
I honestly, I don't think anyone has the true idea of what it is.
That's the tough thing about this is that the options are so wide.
Could be anything.
That
yeah,
it really could be anything that makes it not as fun to talk about. But I go back to what we were talking about last week, right? And I'm like, Nintendo, they do weird shit, man.
Yeah.
And like when it comes to their consoles, when it comes to the Switch 2, what's the weird shit that you're doing? Again, we don't know we don't know if this releases Switch 2, the theme parks, whatever. But like, what's the weird shit you're doing with the Switch 2? Can it be related to having some kind of wireless sensor in your room that you walk in and all of a sudden your Switch 2 turns on and knows exactly who you are? It turns on, it's like, hello, Michael.
Yeah.
Could that be it?
Tracks it a little bit.
A fucking Alexa.
Someone put
go
the
with your
fun like
Switch 2?
Pokemon sleep alarm clock. You know what I mean? I think that's cute. I do like the Nintendo World theme parks. I'm a big theme park guy. And
Have you been yet?
No,
I really want to go.
One day we'll go. One day we'll go soon. And I love seeing the evolution of theme parks. And I like what Nintendo has done with the wristbands, right? I think that's cute and novel. If you were a kid, I think as an adult, it's like you see it and you're like, oh, okay, whatever. But like for kids and stuff like that, I think it's really fun. I like the progression of what more can you do in a theme park space to make it a really awesome immersive experience? And when you talk about Nintendo and Mario and the things that they have, it is about play. It is about interactivity. It's about fun. And so I like the idea of like, what more could we do there and make it really cool? There's a lot of options in that theme park world.
Story number 5, Mike. Sonic Central has been announced for tomorrow. I'm pulling from a tweet from Sonic the Hedgehog himself. His tweets out, think fast. Sonic Central premieres tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Tune in for a sneak peek of some of our upcoming projects, partnerships, and events through 2025. Of course, it's going down on youtube.com/Sonic.
Going down.
Mike, you as hyped as I am about this?
You're my Sonic sicko, so I gotta ask you, you know what I mean? What's the deal? Shout out to my guy Games KJK Fidel. He's
shout out
probably
Games
super
Cage.
excited. I love, man, that's my boy, dude.
Yeah.
That's my guy. He's the master of hype, truly. I think you, him, and Tim together would be wild on some Sonic content.
Yeah, I want
for
to hang
sure.
out with Games Cage.
Or Roger as well. But I don't know, Bless. I mean, you would have to school me on what's the exciting. Is this, I guess, step one, is this worth waking up at 9 a.m. to watch live?
Okay, it's 9 a.m., Mike. It's not fucking.
We're
six
usually
a.m.
in the office by
I guess
then.
more like
fuck are you
I guess
talking
it's more
about?
like, are we reacting live to it? is
Oh,
what I
are
should
we-
say. Not
I
like
mean-
waking up, but more like, are we turning on the lights and the mics?
Probably
and
not,
reacting to
because
something
there's
like
a state
that?
of play tomorrow.
Okay.
And so I think we're gonna reserve all of our efforts toward that, and try not to shake up the day too
yeah.
much. Because to react to that at 3 p.m. or whenever it's happening, and then
Big day.
and also do this at 9 a.m. might not be as easy for us to do.
Yeah.
So we're probably not gonna live react to it. I mean, we're gonna talk about it on KFGD.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I wonder who's on KFGD tomorong.
Make
You
sure
and
got
Greg.
Tim.
Fuck.
Ah,
We gotta get Tim on there. Maybe
Yeah,
Tim will
switch
just
it
come in
up.
for the
Switch
Sonic
it up.
segment.
Mhm.
Because I don't know. Like, I think this is gonna have exciting shit because the Sonic Centrals always have something I think worth tuning in for if you're a Sonic fan.
So this is the PlayStation Showcase?
I mean, no, no,
But like, you know what I'm getting at? Like, is this their elevated Sonic presentation, you would call this?
elevated. I don't know. No, I'm gonna
Okay,
say no.
okay.
I mean,
I don't know if that exists. I'm gonna be
yeah, I don't
honest.
think that can exist. I think this is where you're going to get the most exciting bundle of Sonic announcements together. We've gotten like new Sonic game details from these before, right?
Okay.
I think the one in chat, correct me if I'm wrong, the one in 2021, I think is where we got Sonic Frontiers revealed. Chat, again, you're wrong there. Double check me on that. But we've gotten like movie related stuff. Like, you're getting stuff from across the board. I don't think you're gonna get another Sonic 3 trailer here.
Okay.
I don't think you're gonna get something like that.
Okay.
That I think you're just gonna drop by itself because that's probably too big for a Sonic thing. But maybe you get like a Sonic Prime update. Maybe you get like some new Sonic show stuff, or maybe a Sonic Orchestra thing. There's so many different facets to Sonic that there's so much we can get here, Mike. Maybe
Yeah.
you give me a new display, one that I can actually show
New
off in my
display?
room.
How about a new necklace? What's the missing necklace
Oh
emblem?
man, another King Ice collaboration.
Yeah.
Give me like me and Roger this morning were talking about Chaotix. Mike, do you know about Chaotix?
No, what's that?
They're like another group of misfits in the Sonic universe.
Oh, okay. Another
Um,
crew. Okay.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know if you know SBO, my guy SBO. He's like a purple chameleon, I think. There's the crocodile dude.
I was going to ask you, is there a crocodile in
Yeah,
this game? I'd
yeah,
like a crocodile.
Chaotix. Yeah, crocodile.
I get a
is in there.
crocodile chain for sure.
I think Knuckles Chaotix, I believe, was the game on
Okay.
Genesis. Chat again. Correct me if I'm wrong. So like maybe we can get some Chaotix ice. Can you imagine wearing ice that has like a crocodile on it?
Be really cool.
Crocodile.
Be really cool. Okay. Yeah, he's the one with like the red gloves and stuff. I think I've seen him before.
32X. Thank you, chat.
Okay.
Vector was the crocodile, by the way. So yeah, I'm excited about Sonic Central. I think they could have a lot of big stuff for the Sonic world. But
Okay.
Mike, if I wanted something
Big.
smaller, say the tiniest news I need to know about, where would I go?
Blessing, I'd tell you to go fast and run because we have the Wii News channel where you would go to and we would cover all the small news items you need to know about.
Great job, Mike.
I tried.
Story number 6. It's time for Wii News. From VGC, Platinum Games recently acquired their trademark to Wonderful 101 from Nintendo. It has emerged, as spotted by Reddit user Joseki100. A document was sent to the United States Patent and Trademark Office earlier this month requesting a transfer of the trademark from Nintendo to Platinum. Tales
Oh,
yeah.
that's sweet.
I know, it's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
I like that. Okay, yeah, heck yeah, okay.
Huge. Tales of the Shire launches March 25th, 2025 on Xbox Series X and S, PS5, Switch, and PC. Storage Hunter Simulator has been announced.
Yo.
Bid, win, and then sell for profit as you work your way up to become the king or queen of the storage auction. Launching into Steam Early Access October 10th.
I can't wait
Put
for
me
you
in
and
Storage
Nick to-
Wars.
Yeah?
Let me tell you what, Bless, I have lost my life to TCG Card Shop Simulator, okay?
That's a thing?
Blessing, it's one of the best simulator games I've played thus far.
Really?
You get to open up your own card shop. You get to bring in cards. Very much Pokemon inspired, right? Very much like Pokemon. They have different gens. As you continue to elevate your shop when you gain levels, you'll unlock more booster sets to go. So they have Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3, Gen 4. You'll sell card sleeves. You'll sell D&D dice. You'll sell play mats. You'll sell books. You have tables you can set up, and they can actually play the card game in front of you.
That's
And you can
cool.
set up mini tournaments. Blessing, on top of all of that, running your own card shop, you can also collect the cards and rip all of the packs. I spent an hour and a half last night ripping all of my product, trying to find cards that are $500, $1,000, $2,000+ right? And so you have this like high of ripping the packs, and then you can sell them as well, or you can put them in display cases, show off your shop has the best cards. Bless, this
That's
is a
actually
must
pretty
play,
fun.
and it's $11 on Steam. If you're looking for like a fun simulator game to jump into, similar to what we have with Car Wash Sim, TCG Card Shop Simulator is unbelievable. It's real good.
What's the show with the pawn shops?
Pawn Stars.
Pawn Stars.
Yeah.
Give me a Pawn Star simulator.
I mean, this is, yes.
That sounds close enough,
Yeah,
honestly.
Storage Wars is close, but that would be fun. People bring you their junk, and then you tell them how much you want for it.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. Great idea.
Blasphemous 2 Mea Culpa DLC launches October 31st.
Ooh. Did you spend time with that game?
No, I didn't.
That's a good game.
Yeah?
I wish I spent more time with that. That's a good game. I went to the preview for that. I already knew about the first one. It was like, oh man, you got some cool stuff going on here.
I mean, speaking of cool games that Mike loves, Frostpunk 2 has sold 350K copies since
out.
launch. You were a Frostpunk 2 sucker, right?
I have got the game. I haven't played it yet. I'm excited to jump into this one. People are like, Mike, you're riding the high of Sims. We know you like city builders. You know you like RTSs. Like, this is going to be a game for you. It's a little more on the hardcore side, but I'm excited to jump in.
And then lastly, Cristiano Ronaldo is coming to Fatal Fury specifically. Seemingly, there was a teaser. I meant to grab the link during the break for Barrett, but I'm sorry, Barrett, I ran out of time. But we can end We News. And if you're wrong, if you want to find the link maybe to the Fatal Fury Cristiano Ronaldo collaboration,
He's got to end every fight whenever he wins with the Sui.
oh,
Sui!
you got to. You absolutely
it's gonna
got
be
to.
so lit.
Strange Stuff. That's the weirdest collaboration in a fighting game since Negan came to
I
Tekken.
like this. I
Yeah?
I want you to get wacky. That's why I always liked Mortal Kombat, because they brought in crazy characters where you're like, oh, that's fun. They brought in Freddy and Jason into this freaking video game. Like, that's cool. I like the idea. Put in LeBron. Put LeBron in. You know what
No,
I mean?
LeBron's already in a
I know,
fighting
but
game.
put him in more. Put the king in more.
Is there like a legit like announcement?
I
or
don't think they
anything?
even show him. I think it's just a weird trailer
It was
where
a
they
weird
just put
teaser.
his name and stuff. I saw it over the
I
weekend.
can see if I can find it because it was like a Fatal. I'm pretty sure it was on Fatal Furies. No, Cristiano Ronaldo. He tweeted it.
Tweeted it.
I think it's what's his number? CR7.
CR7. Yeah.
I think CR7 is his Twitter.
His @ handle. Yeah, I like that.
His at. But also, if you can't find it, it's fine.
No, he's just at Cristiano. Hold
Oh.
on. I'm pulling it up. Something exciting in the making. Hashtag SNK. Hashtag Fatal Fury.
Now, the sucky thing about this is because during the break, I was like, I don't know how SNK afforded Cristiano Ronaldo to be a character in their game, because that's fucking crazy. And then I put the pieces
put it all
together,
together,
of SNK recently owned by the Saudi Arabia company, the one that's been like buying up all the stock in games and stuff. Cristiano Ronaldo, I believe, also plays for or recently like transferred to a Saudi Arabian team. I've not been keeping up as strongly with the soccer side of things, but I'm pretty sure I heard something about that happening.
Yeah.
And so I wonder if that's the collaboration.
I think it's cool. Let's take a look.
Yeah.
Let's see what it's like. Maybe you like him. Maybe you're like, oh, they did him dirty. You know what I mean?
Here's the thing, because I previewed Fatal Fury and I thought it was cool. It's like compared to other fighting games, it's obviously lower budget, right?
Okay.
Like SNK doesn't have the same amount of budget in production as a Bandai Namco or a Capcom with Street Fighter, right? Or a NetherRealm, obviously. But there's something about it that like I think is probably gonna work because it is one, it's a hardcore franchise, right? If you're a fighting game player, if you're in the know, then you know Fatal Fury and you're probably excited for Fatal Fury.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, it's hard for me to reckon with how low budget it feels versus having Cristiano Ronaldo as a player.
Well, here's what you
as
do.
a fighter in that.
Here's what you build off of.
Yeah.
You get CR7 in the game, and then we get all of the football, aka soccer sickos out there.
Yeah.
We get Lionel Messi, and we can now have Messi versus CR7
Have them
in
fight.
a fighting game, battling it out. That's how you get people excited.
I mean, I'm just curious about his moveset because he's gonna have to bust out the soccer ball and start kicking.
You
it at
have
people.
to have a soccer ball to kick at somebody.
That just sounds.
He'll
kinda
have a header.
complicated.
He can jump really high, so he'll probably jump, kick you in the head. He'll definitely headbutt you like Zidane did.
Yeah.
Be sick.
Some more super chats. Man, people are writing in about me being more confident in my Sonic fandom.
I love that.
Golden-
Oh my God, somebody already tweeted at you this shit.
Oh my God. Golden Spider writes in and says, "Bless, you gotta have confidence in yourself. If girls are into you, they're into you. If your hobby is treated like a secret, then they aren't worth you." I understand this. Oh, come on. I didn't think Barrett would
This
find
is
it.
an insane thing to see. It's insane. Chat, this is insane. I liked it though. I liked it. I gave it a like.
This is unhinged behavior.
I like that the
Jesus.
audience is fast with it. I like that
Honestly,
they're
but like,
energized.
here's the thing: it's unhinged behavior responding to, I think, an unhinged thought process.
Yeah.
Barrett, you're married. All right. It's
You
rough.
don't know what
Is
it's
it
like on
always,
these
though?
It's rough out here in
Yeah,
these
on
streets.
these apps, man.
On
I'm
these
stuck on an
apps.
app.
Mike
bro.
knows.
Oh my God, it's a nightmare, Barrett. It's a nightmare. It's everything you don't want to be.
All right, you try being single in 2024 in San Francisco. It's not easy, let me tell you. It's not easy. Oh my God, everybody's fucking writing about this shit. Ryan Trimble says, hold on. Okay. Ryan Trimble writes in and says, "Bless, worrying about dates judging your hobbies is a 20s worry. In 30s, if a date judges you for a PS5, they aren't for you. Be unapologetically you." Again,
Tell 'em,
Come on, Bless.
I'm not
like
hiding.
that.
I'm not hiding the Sonic in the PlayStation. I'm just waiting until date 4, guys. Like,
Tell 'em.
I'm just
Alright.
waiting
Alright.
until date number 4. You know?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Street Shadow says, "Bless is a married man with a kid." I'm done after these. The super chats is done. Bless is a married man with a kid on the way. Life's too short for you to stall your whims of others. Be you, boo boo. I appreciate that. Actually,
you,
that's a very
boo-boo.
positive message.
I like that.
I
That's very
appreciate
good.
that.
Thank you for the positivity, y'all.
I appreciate that. Is there anything that's not about my dating life in here?
They want to know. They want to reveal it. They want to know all about it.
Real Spoilers writes in and says, "Hey baby, is that a PlayStation 30th anniversary edition, or are you just happy to see me?" I hate y'all.
I love that.
Oh, here's one that I actually feel very strongly about.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Dear Sixlet writes in and says, "Why can't we have a PS2 themed anniversary line?" I was thinking the same thing
What's
when
up
they
with
announced
that?
it.
Yeah.
I get it because like the anniversary always falls on the launch of the PlayStation 1, so I get
Of
why you're
course.
always talking back.
Okay.
If you gave me a PS2 style
It would go
PlayStation
crazy.
5, oh my goodness, I would love that.
Can I tell you what I want, Bless?
Yeah.
I love that we do the colorways. I think that's fun and all.
Yeah.
I actually want the old school box. I want them to figure out a way to shove all the components that we have in these new gens in the old box. Like imagine getting an Xbox 360 or like an old school Xbox, the big old Xbox,
Yeah.
and having all the components of the new gen hardware in that, but having it look like it's old. Like
I love
that's
that.
what I want. I want that.
I love that.
Figure it out. Make it happen.
Make it happen. Now it's time for kindoffunny.com/you're wrong. Or you write in, let us know what we got wrong as we got it wrong so we can correct it for those watching later on YouTube and listening later on podcast services around the globe. Kebab says, this isn't a correction. Kebab says, if you use a PSVR 2 on PC, you can play Half-Life Alyx on it. Sony, in fact, uses this as part of their marketing for PSVR 2. That's not what I'm saying,
There you go.
Kebabs.
There you go.
That's not what I'm
you're
saying. I'm saying,
Also, how many people bought a PSVR 2 so they can hook it up to their PC to play Half-Life Alyx?
also, how many people have a capable PC that, like, I don't know. That's a whole, you have,
It's a
there
whole
are
rabbit
other
hole.
steps to be able to play Half-Life Alyx 2 on PSVR 2. I am talking about a reason to buy a PSVR 2 on PlayStation. Bander Ascent says Frontiers was teased at the Sonic Central in 2021 and officially revealed at Game Awards that year. Tundra says We News OG Resident Evil 3 is releasing on PC via GOG on September 25th. And that is it for kindoffunny.com/you're wrong. I mean, to me, buddy just writes in with one here and says all the PS5 30th anniversary items will be sold in boxes that look like PS1 boxes.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, which is really
That's
fun.
I mean, that's some cardboard you're going to throw away after a while, but like, yeah, that's fun.
Mike, that's been it for Kind of Funny Games Daily.
Great one.
Another banger episode.
Great way to start your week, ladies and gentlemen. And more to come.
More to come. I mean, everybody in the audience has convinced me. I'm gonna deck out my room in Sonic the Hedgehog.
I
stuff.
loved it. take me to this Target. We'll pull the manager aside and say, how much for this?
How much for this?
How much?
I want 8 of them. So we'll put 2 in every corner of my room. You know what I mean? Of course, this has been KFGD. Each and every weekday, we run you through the nerdy news you need to know about live on YouTube, Twitch, and on podcast services around the globe. If you love what we do, support us with a Kind of Funny membership on Patreon or YouTube to get all of our shows ad-free, watch us record them live, and get a daily exclusive show. Enjoy the GamesCast next and the stream after. But until next time, Game Daily.